Do you look at Mahomes differently today?
No, I don't, Dan. You know me. I said the last month or so, he's the best quarterback I've ever seen. And that includes Brady. Doesn't mean he had as better career as Brady, 7 titles. But as far as just playing the game, I'm taking nobody but him. Hey, that includes Montana, Unitas, Otto Graham, you name it. I think he's that good. And yesterday, he didn't have one drive. He had 2 drives. I mean, he had the one drive to tie it, and then he had another drive to win it. I mean, he almost like he did Joe Montana against Cincinnati twice in the same game. That guy is an unbelievable player. He's the best quarterback that I don't think I'm not telling anything you don't know. You want to argue that Brady's still better because he beat him twice head to head, 7 championships to 3. You could argue that. I'm not debating it, but as far as my thought process from a quarterback, from what I've seen, he's the best quarterback in those spots. I pick him to be my guy if my life was on the line.
Yeah, he's the GOAT in waiting. He's in the on deck circle. And you do have to acknowledge Brady's greatness over 20 years and, 7 Super Bowls that you end up winning. Half of his career you're playing in the Super Bowl. But I'm wondering about, we acknowledged or anointed Tiger. He was the GOAT in waiting with Jack. I don't know how far into his career where we went, uh-oh, Jack, be careful with all your majors. I don't think we ever acknowledged LeBron as the GOAT in waiting with Michael Jordan, did we?
No, we did not. That's a very good point. Now, LeBron, remember, also lost a couple of NBA finals early in his career. San Antonio beat him 4 straight times. No offense to LeBron, but and then he had a bad series against Dallas. You remember that when he lost in 6 games at Nowitzki?
Yeah.
So you did all the celebration stuff and everything. So LeBron got off to a little bit of a slow start in the finals compared to Jordan. Jordan's first final against Magic, he won, 4 or 5 years into his career. So, I mean, it's a little different. So right out of the gate, he was working behind Jordan. Tiger played great right away. Mahomes is only 28 years of age. He's already won 3. You're right, Tiger stalled. Part of it is his own, injury, his own issues. I don't know if Mahomes can get hurt. Don't get me wrong. I mean, who knows? But I think he's got his act together off the field where he's not going to get in himself any trouble. I mean, you actually think he's not going to win at least a couple of more of these things? I mean, they were talking about three-peat before the game was basically over last night. They wanted that third one. I think he may not get to 7. That's a hard number to get to, but I'm not evaluating this just on the amount of titles. I know you can. If that's the case, Russo is the best of all time. So in basketball, I don't want to evaluate it quite on that level. I'm just evaluating at the peak of his career. I'd rather have him than Brady or Montana. And part of it's running, scrambling. Look at the way he scrambled last night in the fourth quarter or in the overtime. He had 2 huge runs for 30 yards. One on 4th and 1, he got an 8-yard run, and the other one he had a 17-yard run and got him down to the 29-yard line. I love the way he plays, and I'll tell you right now, Dan, if you bet against him, you're going to lose. I bet against him against the Bills. I should check that. I bet for him against the Bills. I bet on him against the Ravens, and I bet on him last night. 3 times in a row, games could have gone either way. He was probably the difference in all 3, especially in the first and the last. And, you win. He's just and the fact that they were not favored in this game,
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm getting 2 points. How could he be getting 2 points in a Super Bowl? So I bet him and I won. Thanks to me.